learning English at home by myself. Hello everyone, my name is John. I am 25 years old, and I come from the United States. Today, I would like to share my story about learning English at home by myself. I hope my experience will encourage you to believe that anyone can improve their English with patience, practice, and a positive attitude. A few years ago, I was not confident in my English skills. I knew some basic words, but I found it difficult to speak in complete sentences. I often worried about making mistakes, and sometimes I felt embarrassed when I could not express my ideas clearly. One day, I decided that I would stop waiting for the perfect time to learn. Instead, I made a simple plan and started studying at home every day. I learned that I did not need an expensive course or a large classroom. I only needed a notebook, a dictionary, my phone, and the internet. These simple tools became my classroom. I promised myself that I would practice every day, even if I had only 20 or 30 minutes. Small progress every day is much better than studying for many hours only once a week. Every morning, I begin my day by reading easy English stories or short articles. I choose topics that interest me because learning is more enjoyable when I like the subject. When I find new words, I write them in my notebook. I also write their meanings and create simple example sentences. Later, I read those sentences again to help me remember the vocabulary. Listening is another important part of my daily routine. I enjoy listening to English podcasts, interviews, and short conversations. At first, I understood only a small part of what I heard. Sometimes I listened to the same audio 3 or 4 times before I understood the main idea. Instead of giving up, I became more patient. Little by little, my listening skills improved, and I started to understand more words and expressions. Speaking was the most difficult skill for me because I was shy. However, I knew that I could not become fluent without speaking. Every day, I stood in front of a mirror and talked to myself in English. I described my room, my daily activities, my family, and my future plans. Sometimes I recorded my voice and listened to it carefully. This helped me notice my pronunciation mistakes and improve my speaking little by little. Writing also became one of my favorite habits. Every evening, I wrote a short diary in English about my day. I did not worry if my grammar was not perfect. My goal was to practice expressing my thoughts. After writing, I checked my sentences and corrected my mistakes. Every correction taught me something new. I also learned many new words by watching English movies and videos with subtitles. When I heard useful expressions, I paused the video and wrote them down. Then I practiced saying them aloud several times. This method helped me sound more natural and remember new vocabulary more easily. Sometimes learning alone was not easy. There were days when I felt tired or unmotivated. I wondered if I was making enough progress. During those moments, I reminded myself why I started. I wanted to communicate with people from different countries, travel with confidence, read English books without difficulty, and create better opportunities for my future. Remembering my goals gave me new energy to continue. One lesson I have learned is that mistakes are not failures. Mistakes are teachers. Every mistake shows me what I need to improve. Instead of feeling embarrassed, I try to learn from every error. This positive mindset has made my learning journey much more enjoyable. I also believe that consistency is more important than perfection. You do not need to study for many hours every day. If you practice reading, listening, speaking, and writing for a short time every day, you will improve faster than you expect. The secret is to keep going, even when progress feels slow. Today, I feel much more confident than before. I can understand more English, speak more naturally, and communicate with people from different countries. I know I still have many things to learn, but I am proud of my progress because I never gave up. If you are learning English at home, my advice is simple. Set a small daily goal, practice regularly, and enjoy the learning process. Read something every day. Listen carefully. Speak without fear. Write a little every night. Be patient with yourself, because every small step brings you closer to your dream. Thank you very much for listening to my story. I hope it reminds you that your home can be the best place to learn. You do not need to be perfect to begin. You only need the courage to take the first step. Believe in yourself, keep practicing every day, and never stop learning. Your future English will be stronger. Your confidence will grow, and many new opportunities will open for you.